Hi, everybody. This is the Three of Pentacles, which is Kyla and Lynn, these beautiful ladies here. My name is Barbara, and we are going to be doing a zodiac pull for the month of January, January 2025. We're almost done with this year here, 2024, which has been a really interesting year and very intense. So we're kind of curious to see what we can kind of expect worldly for January. So we're going to do a very nice zodiac poll, and whoever is not familiar with it, you'll see what it is. All right, we're going to do some clearing with Kyla and Lynn, and I'll pass it over to you all.
Hello, everybody. So happy to be with you again. And we just want to wish everybody a very happy new year. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. We're just going to keep it short today, and we just want to sit in gratitude and say thank you so much to godly love energy, our spirit guides, angels, our ancestors, and beings of the highest frequency of energy that work towards our highest good only. We thank you so much, and we sit together to raise our frequency together just a minute or two. We again welcome you and thank you for being with us today. We ask the energy of for our highest good only to remain, and everything else must leave now.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so we're going to move into a zodiac spread for the month of January 2025.
January 2025. Can you believe already we're in January 2025?
I feel like we were just in January of 2024.
I
This
know,
year
right?
just went by so quickly.
We're, al- we're already in the future. It's 2025.
All right,
My
girls,
goodness.
bringing my cheat sheet up for the houses. So
Good. We could all use that.
I'll kind of do the houses if we want.
hmm
Okay.
So we're gonna start. Which one of you girls wants to start? Kyla, you want to start this one since you did the poll?
Sure. So we have the first one is the Magician card, and this is the first house is the house of self, deals with physical, and this is for a pull for the collective, right? So what can we expect to see on the world stage? Any advice for all of us, going through this experience together on this worldly, earthly realm? So
For
this
the
is
month of
about,
January.
yes, for the month of January, how others perceive you, what comes naturally to you, your physical vitality, personal projects, and goals. And with the magician, we have also the Four of Wands aspecting that magician or clarifying that magician card. So I think we are going into this new year trying to manifest, a new and better. We're trying to manifest a personal victory with that Four of Wands card. And I think we're all trying, those of us who have been working on ourselves are trying to, continue to work on that shadow self and to put forward our best and highest, divine energy to create a better world. So I am seeing here that there is some disappointments left over. I think some of us are still working on, getting over whatever we've been through this year. There's been some, setbacks, and it has to do with a lot of emotional things. Maybe we have lost people. Maybe we have lost relationships, whatever it is, So there is a bit of, confusion as to what's going, it's not very clear, but we are putting forward our best selves to try to manifest that personal victory. That's what I'm seeing there.
And not only that, I think people are starting to believe in themselves. They're starting to believe that they are capable of getting that job. They're capable of standing up for themselves. They're capable of getting more information for themselves. So that's the magician, I feel, going towards that Four of Wands, going through a portal, going through a gateway,
Right.
making it happen.
Realizing their personal power. Yes.
Yeah, I mean they're like almost celebrating here. It's a little difficult for everybody to see, but you can see the man and the woman seem to be like celebrating, like we've done this, we've got this.
We
Like,
got through
yep.
the
Although,
tough
like
bit.
Kyla says, oh, I'm sorry. Although, like Kyla says, there's been some type of disappointment, and we're kind of confused and feeling inadequate. But in the long run, what's across from the magician is that Four of Wands. So that's a good thing.
And as we have seen, it's not always going to look clear. Things have been a bit up in the air, and things have not always gone as was expected or predicted. So, but I think this is sort of also telling us to continue, within that personal power space and push forward to create that better reality.
Going on to the Seven of Cups,
Mm-hmm.
the House of Material Possessions.
Mm.
You want to continue, Kyla, or Barbara, you want to go on?
Well, okay. Well, the Seven of Cups, which is the second house, and the second house is in Taurus. The second house represents values, money, finances, wealth, resources, self-value, and again, a lot of us are feeling kind of like confused about our values, confused about where our next finance, where our next paycheck is going to come from. And that's kind of scary too, because if you look at that card, that guy, he has a lot of choices and he has a lot of stuff going on, but he doesn't look really at peace or calm. He's kind of even a little intimidated and scared. So that's where many people are going to be in January in 2025, according to the cards. Now that is aspected with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords. So like you see, the ladies kind of tied up and with blindfolded and everything. So those two cards together are kind of almost restless and kind of afraid and maybe even dysfunctional. So it's the finances in January going to look kind of crazy. So in January we might have a lot of people that are looking for new jobs or trying to find out how to make ends meet.
Yeah, that could be your Eight of Cups next to it, walking away from jobs. I also think like with the Four in the middle aspecting between the two, take some time to meditate on what is really good for yourself. Don't be your own prisoner with the Eight of Swords.
Yeah, I think this with the money, and this is the house of money and finance
Yeah.
too. And this sort of shows that with the financial system being a bit, up in the air, I think people are either, it doesn't mean necessarily that we're going to see something big happen, but I think at least people are going to be concerned. There's a bit of concern, worry, not sure where to put their money, their investments, where things are going. It's going to look a little
We're
bit
also entering into the new
confusing.
tax season too, and people may be deciding to walk away from paying their taxes. We've heard a lot of that too. That could be what you guys are thinking about.
Yep. All right. So we have the third house. The third house is in Gemini. And Gemini's, it's the thinking, the communication. In fact, the sign of Gemini is kind of like a thinker and a communicative type sign. So that's what the third house represents. Gemini, thinking, speaking, communications, plans. And it looks like with the Eight of Cups, the guy's walking off into the darkness. He may be even traveling. The Queen of Pentacles is aspected right across from her. So people are kind of like, that in January, they probably want to get away, or they're probably trying to just get away from the holidays as well. Just trying to, and with the Four of Swords in the middle, that card that kind of puts a whole veil over the whole thing, not a veil, but a whole feeling over the whole zodiac. It's almost like you have to kind of meditate and get some rest as well. So maybe people want to take it easy, go off on their own, make things happen on their own. Queen of Pentacles is one that she's a master manifester. So people might feel that they might have to kind of go it alone maybe in January just to get things done, to kind of get away from the crowds or get away from family or whatever it has been going on in December. January might feel like that.
They may be walking away from people that are no longer,
serving the highest good.
reciprocating,
Yeah.
it may be,
Looks like that to me too, yes.
Yeah.
And some of them are choosing, that Queen of Pentacles going off into nature on their own, focusing on themselves and their physical health,
Yeah.
maybe even mental health,
Okay.
working on themselves with that 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords just next to the Queen of Pentacles too. Seems like, this year or even this Christmas period may have been a little bit tricky for relationships. Yeah, with the Tower card right next to that card as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
And in the house of home too, so it
Right.
almost looks like a breakup of families and stuff like that too. The holidays might have been hard. Well, we saw a lot of TikToks and stuff of people, not going to the families because of who they voted for. So,
Right.
I think this already kind of started.
Right. And not even in some cases who they voted for, because it might be even in some countries are still debating about that whole thing and where the world is going, where the medical system is going, all of that.
Yep, there's a lot going on.
Yep.
A lot going on, and that could seep over into your own personal space, into your home, your feelings, your emotions, and so with that tower, it's kind of it looks like a lot has happened, but and maybe in January that's what will be happening with a lot of people.
Yeah.
The fourth house is the fourth house, that's the home and family.
Mm-hmm.
Core values, yeah. So there's it looks kind of intimidating. So but if you go to the fourth house and you go across from the fourth house, 8 of Pentacles, that's a lot of work that's being done. So maybe with the tower kind of having dramatic and traumatic events going on, maybe people are going to start trying to make amends with that 8 of Pentacles as well, through meditation and through maybe taking time off that by themselves with 4 swords. I refer back to 4 swords a lot. What do you all think?
Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense. Whether it be working on things, agreeing to work on things, or even to work on themselves, or to pay attention to their own personal work.
Yeah.
So I think the advice there also in January is to walk away from, arguments and any explosive situations and be kind, choose to be kind instead. With those cards just next to the tower, I would say that it's telling us to maybe just hold back a little bit, count to 5, take a little time out with the emotions and choose your kind words instead, or be kind to yourself even.
I agree. Yeah. Okay. Want to go to the 5th house?
Mm-hmm.
Creative expression.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice card for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 6 of Cups. That's creativity, children, romance, dating, sex, fun, vacation, your business projects, creative expression, performing arts.
Yeah.
Looks quite good.
And with that,
Yeah,
across
especially
from the strength
aspected with the
card,
strength card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
aspected with the strength card, that looks
That,
very promising for January.
that
After
could
after the
be,
explosive
that could be
situations.
new endeavors for a lot of people, whether it be studies or work or, after leaving and going into care for yourself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some emphasis of focus could be put on children as well in January. Children, and maybe helping children out some type of
Maybe
way.
some exposure, because that 4 of Swords actually has something hidden, so maybe something
Right.
coming out.
And yeah, and the strength card could also represent something that has been going on for a while.
Yep.
That's been worked on for a while. So who knows? We'll see in January for
Let's hope we have some good news about that.
Yeah,
The
we've got the
little
victory
ones.
card right next to it, aspect next to it as well. So
that victory card. Yeah, that 6 of Wands, the man on a horse. He's doing a victory lap right there. And that is the 6th house. It's Virgo, under Virgo. The 6th house represents health and daily routines, work, and maybe even pets. I see, maybe even pets. So that's a very successful card. That's good for humanity. It's good for you. Good for everybody. It's a win. and that is aspected with the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is kind of disappointing card. So we kind of have a a yes and a no go. So some people will probably feel good about their health in health situations or their daily routines, but there's going to be some type of disappointments as well. So you probably, if you're in a group of friends and you have like five friends, that maybe three of them will feel good, and another two will be like, well, I don't know, no, they wouldn't feel as good as the other part of the group. So we're going to have some back and forths about health when it comes to health and daily routines.
And again, I'm going to bring out that it could be exposure to what has been happening over the last 5 years with the Four Swords in the middle. And the people that are going to be disappointed,
Right.
are the ones that didn't look behind them at these two extra cups, right?
Yeah.
But the ones that did look at the two cups and looked at the other side, they're definitely having a victory,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that could also be, there's make America healthy again. So that may be
Yep.
successful for some,
Yep.
and some people might not even like that make America healthy again in the sense that
A lot of
maybe
people
they
aren't
might,
going to like it when McDonald's and stuff have to shut
yeah,
down, or
yeah,
maybe not shut down, but maybe go back to using beef tallow for the French fries and stuff like that, just to,
hmm.
who knows? It's going to be interesting to see how that works out, huh?
And
Yeah.
speaking of beef tallow, I went to go buy some. I think I told you, you recommended that I go get some, and I went and got some. Now you're going to teach me how to make my own Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yep, there you go. You can use it to cook your eggs or anything else you need to do too, instead of butter too. Mhm.
Oh, absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. Maybe I'll mix the both of them.
Yeah.
So what do y'all get for the seventh house in Libra? What do you get for that?
So seventh house is house of partnerships, significant other relationships, contracts, clients, public one, and is it meditation or mediation? I think it's mediation.
Mediation.
So
Yeah, because
that's
it's
quite
it's
good.
seventh house Libra. It's a little more
Right. Yeah, about relationships.
legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
there could be some legal breakthroughs that we've been waiting for with this movie ending, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
looks quite good. So a lot of hopefully that is disclosure about some things with the Eight of Swords next to it. And then we have a victory card again right below.
Yep.
So let's hope that we see some good information coming out.
Maybe the Brunson case,
Let's hope so.
right?
And maybe it could still have some information withheld as well because
Yep.
the Eight of Swords is our thoughts and words, and
Mhm.
that eight could be some information held back. So we may be presented with a lot of information that we're going to like, which represents the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands, but maybe something still needs to be held back, but not for bad. It'll be for
Yeah.
good because it's aspected very well with the Six of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe it's not time to have everything come out, and that's probably why it's going to be a little tricky with the Magician across from it, because we'll get a lot of information that's going to help a lot of people, but some is going to probably still be withheld for the moment, at least for January, let's say.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. And the Eight of Swords in the eighth house.
Eighth house is Scorpio. That's me, Scorpio.
Mhm.
Well, go Miss Scorpio. Intimacy and intimate relations, transformation, life and death, inheritance, spiritual lessons, hidden knowledge. What you got with your Eight of Swords aspected with the Seven of Cups? That's like right down the Scorpio line, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, we can get pretty dark. Um, you know, with the what I'm really feeling, I mean, I know it's really Scorpio and it's intimacy, sexuality, transformation, that type of stuff. But I also feel that it's really, really spiritual right now, and a lot of people are being probably feel a little held back spiritually, especially with the Seven of Cups there on the other side, and they're kind of thinking about, what am I going to do? What do I really feel? What do I really believe? Let me meditate on it. Four Swords in the middle again. So maybe in January, people might feel a little held back still because they're still trying to meditate and feel what they feel. They're still maybe a little confused. Seven of Cups.
Do
So
you think with it being swords and words and information possibly coming out with the spirituality aspect, if this is going to be the truth about religions coming out too, maybe?
it could be. I feel that it's still held back with that. She's all tied up there,
Yeah.
and people are still don't want to see certain things, or she's blindfolded. So it's like, I
Yeah,
still
and
don't
that
want to see
Four of
that.
Swords still has something hidden. So,
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, if there was a Six of Swords there, I'd probably say, oh yeah, things are going to come out. People are going to
right,
be. But
right.
that Eight, there's still something held back about spirituality,
Right.
maybe about how the world was made. Who knows?
Yeah. Could be anything. It
Could be
was just,
anything.
yeah. Okay.
I feel like the energy is just going to be, I feel like 2004 started a certain way energetically, and it's ending on a different note. It's a little bit, it's heightened, like there's a heightened sense of spiritual awareness for a lot of us, but then there are some aspects that are now a little bit more confusing. So truth has become so subjective, and it's so almost difficult to find truth, and it really calls for us to go inside and find our personal truth. And I feel like January is one of those months where we are still inside of ourselves trying to figure out
Hmm.
what is what.
Mhm.
That's what I'm getting.
I agree. I agree. And it's pretty positive, though. Even though
Yes.
we're confused and it's a little dysfunctional, a little tricky, but that Six of Swords and that Six of Wands and Four of
Mhm.
Wands is promising.
I mean,
Yes.
the
It's
Seven of
so,
Cups doesn't necessarily have to be tricky with this spread so much as it could just be a lot of different choices too, maybe.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
To be
I
seen as a
agree.
lot of choices, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A lot of
Yep.
different paths and unique
Yeah,
paths.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes even when you have a lot of choices, it puts you in a
yep,
certain mood. It's like, oh, I don't know
right,
what to choose.
yep, yep.
The Italians say la bellezza, what is it that they say? L'imbarazzo, they say l'imbarazzo della scelta, which is it's kind of like you have so many choices to choose from. So it's kind of puts you a little, but it seems real positive still because you have more positive cards around that Eight of
Yeah.
Swords.
There's
That
nothing too terribly. I mean, we have the tower, we have the five, we have the seven, but I mean
hmm
nothing, but they're all aspected fairly well with all the other surrounding cards. So it's not too terribly. I think there's a lot of parts moving around in January.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
So it could go a lot of different ways. I mean, I think the overall message, even though we haven't gotten that far yet, is kind of going back to our weekly and weekend draws where it's go within and, a lot of grounding. I remember Pam Gregory's last astrology video for, a brief like themes of 2025. And she was saying how important for the month of January in particular with all the planetary alignments and everything else that are going on this year, grounding is going to be so important, for everybody.
I think so. And going back on that tower just for a second at home, um, I feel that with just I think you said it already, Lynn, with the with the inauguration in January, that might upset
Oh yeah,
people at home. That's I think you said that already.
yeah.
That it's like a shocking event,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
people
I
are just
mean, and
gonna.
that could end up if the minions get away with something, that could shock everybody too, that could be the shocking moment.
Yeah,
So it's going to be one of those things we're going to have to wait and see.
Anyway, January is definitely one that I think everybody is like waiting with bated breaths to see what happens, right?
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, I think we're up to the Queen of Pentacles in
Mhm.
Sagittarius. Is that where
hmm
we are? Yeah.
Yes,
hmm
House of Beliefs. So this is about philosophy, belief systems, travel, foreigners, spiritual guides, teachers, mentors, father, guide or guides, and legal matters.
hmm
That's a good card to have there for all that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
She's a good manifester, so she's aspected by the Eight of Cups. There's still some hidden and some things walking away from that though. but with the two cards around, what are you thinking?
But if we go with philosophy and belief systems, yeah, people are still needing to figure out what they believe in, what they want to. Because in the last 4 years, it's been kind of hard to figure out what do you really believe in. We've been told so many things, and so difficult to believe or to draw conclusions on your own. So, but that's a good thing to have. The Queen of Pentacles. She's a master manifester, so she's going to go within and find something.
Hmm. She's well grounded, so
Yeah.
it's the way to go.
Okay. Do we want to
So I
go
think a lot
with?
of people will be soul searching and going inside to find that truth.
Mhm.
In terms of if we were to look at that as a travel card, do you guys see anything with that? Any advice about travel there? Anything comes up?
I think it would probably depend on the individuals maybe and where they're going.
Yeah,
With the Eight of Cups, just, to take caution and maybe just find out.
right.
I know my niece is thinking about going to France to study French for a couple of weeks over the summer,
Mhm.
and the cards came up good for her to do that. So
Right.
I think it's really going to depend on where you want to go, probably.
I
So
think this
do your
would,
research.
right, this would take us back to the 2 week pull where it says stay connected,
Yeah.
look for the messages and the signs.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I also think that the Queen of Pentacles might want to just get away and relax. A lot of people have gone through a lot of stuff in 2024,
Right.
and it still isn't done yet. We still have a few days. Because today's what? December
28,
28th. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
28 that we're recording this, yes.
that we're
Yeah.
recording this exactly. So, I just get the feeling that maybe there's people that want to actually make something happen and get away to relax. That's what I think. Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of
I mean,
Cups. Yeah.
and especially after the holidays, for the month of January, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some
Wanting to
need,
relax after that.
yeah, some people need a break after the holidays.
For
Yep.
sure, and that's me. It's been a busy holiday. Nice with family, but it's been busy. So
But if you could do like the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Swords and the Eight of Cups, you just go to some sauna and relax and meditate
I
and
just, yeah, I
just
just don't
alone.
even mind just the alone time to
Yeah.
just get in the zone and do that connection as we've been told to do. And I love that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, ladies.
All right, we got the 10th house.
Eight of
10th house.
Pentacles. Yeah.
Eight of Pentacles in the 10th house, and that's uh, career, future overview. That's our mission. That's what people want to. That's what people have on their mind. What am I going to do? What do I really want to do now? My mission. What's my mission? And that's to work. We want to get back to work and make some coins, like he's making his coins, and it's aspected with the tower. So again, it's not just shocking the tower. That could also be revelation. So where do you want to be? Where do you want to work in January? What do you want to work on in January? What is it? What do you want to make what's the big difference that you want to make in January? Because in January people have the resolutions, right?
Yeah. That's a good way of making the tower your resolutions. It could just be, okay, this is your boot scoot to go off and get that new job you've been talking about doing, right? Get out of the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's New Year's resolution almost. Yeah. What do you say, Kalla?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I'm also seeing with the new astrology that's happening and this new shift that we're starting to feel, that a lot of people are going to start questioning more what is their life work going to be about? Are they happy in what they're doing? Do they want to continue? Where do they see themselves in the near future, in the next year ahead? So I think and I hope that the astrology is going to push people to shift direction more into their life purpose and their destiny a little bit more. Because if I remember correctly, Pam Gregory said that next year, certain alignments are going to push people to, and it's going to reveal who is working for themselves and who is working in service of others. So your true intentions are going to be revealed in a sort of way. So humility, staying true to yourself and your purpose. What did you come here to do? I think the astrology and the energy is going to push more and more people to focus on that.
I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, all the outer
Well
planets are
said.
moving into new signs, and it's gonna bring a lot of that. So
Well said. Well said, Kalla. Yeah. Wow. So we have the 11th house, which is Aquarius, and that represents friends, communications, even social media. I'd say social media. So friends, communication,
sharing
social media,
knowledge too. Sharing knowledge is a big one, I think, for this coming month too,
sharing knowledge in January, strength. So what is it? Are we gonna all be sharing more knowledge in January?
Also, new technology too, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping that we start shifting into revelations about what's out there and what's better for us. I'm not talking about the AI that's just, bad intention. I'm talking about what technology has been there that's been hidden from us that can actually be of benefit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially in the health industry and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it looks like it may be a benefit because aspected with the Six of Cups,
Yeah.
which is and that's the Six of Cups is a friendly card, but it's also a gifting card. So maybe we'll be coming out with more technology. They'll present us with more within something new in January.
Let's hope so.
Type of technology that's going to be a benefit.
I think to
Hopefully it'll
some
be a good
people,
benefit to kids too, maybe even with the
that would be,
educational
yeah,
system.
Hmm.
that would
That'd be
be
nice.
wonderful. And
Yeah.
this is aspected with the Six of Wands, so it is a sort of victory there. But we still notice the Three of Cups there. So it's almost like if we had to learn the hard way, like, okay,
Oh
but
yeah, from the
even
Five of
though,
Cups. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, even though we went through all of these things, now we are realizing a victory through it all because, it's led us to where we're going now. Hopefully that's what we see coming out in January. Something to
Yeah.
benefit everyone.
Yeah.
And also something that's probably has been hidden because, like I say, I keep referring back to the Four Swords in the middle. That is something that's hidden because you see the three swords.
Right.
The man is sitting there meditating, and he sees those three swords on the wall, but there's one underneath that's covered or hidden from him.
Yeah.
So, in all, I think in January there's hidden things that are going to be coming out, hidden aspects of hidden information. Uh, so that's interesting.
You know what just popped into my head too? I've seen a Shala use this as a 3-to-1 ratio with silver and gold. So I wonder if the markets, that might have something to do with the markets too. Sorry, wrong house, but it just popped in my head.
But that's interesting.
For
That,
some reason, I was like, "Ooh."
yeah, sometimes spirit works that way. Something
Yeah.
pops up and there's something to it. So
Yep.
let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. 3-to-1, three gold to one silver.
3 silver to 1 gold. Yeah. So I
Ah,
wonder what the markets are going to be doing with silver and gold in January. That could be interesting to watch.
well, let's keep
For
our eye
sure.
on that one.
Yeah. And our last house of Pisces.
Okay.
Spiritual experiences, dreams, charity, intuitive gifts, challenges and breakdowns, illusions and secrets. Here we go with the secrets again. Mental health, addictions. I think mental health is going to play a big one with this one in January, I think, guys. What do you think? Been some disappointment, and I think, with Cliff High's WebBot data and stuff like that, I can't remember what all he's got coming in January, but you know, there's the die-offs and everything else. And if this is mental issues, there's definitely the possibility of those coming up and through. I don't know.
That might be a double whammy because
Yeah.
if that's the house of addictions and spiritual messages and mental health, also the Five of Cups, the cups represent emotions as well. So that might be a double whammy for some.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that with that Five of Cups in there, I'm definitely seeing this being more of the mental health addictions type scenarios. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's going to be bad for everybody, hopefully, but again, this could be with whatever secrets come out, which to those of us, who know that the Two of Cups are still standing here behind him, it's a victory for us, but for a lot, it's not going to be,
I guess for the majority, it probably won't be because the three
Right.
is majority.
Yep.
It's a bigger number than two. So, but
Yep.
the good thing about that is that five is a temporary.
Yep.
So it'd be temporary, even if you have that Seven of Cups underneath and the Magician right next to it.
Still got
At
the strength
least,
card there too going. You got
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. What do you think, Kyla?
Yeah, I agree with you all. Nothing really to add on that one.
Yeah. So January looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty interesting. Looks like there's going to be some type of revelations or shocking something going on, something that's hidden. Health information is going to probably come out. A lot of people are going to want to probably go on vacation or go in within when they hear this information. Maybe something with children with the Six of Cups as well.
The health industry, make America healthy again. Yeah. The
Health,
elections, so many things that could be coming.
Oh my.
yeah, yeah. We have to keep our eye open for all of that. Wow. Well, at the end of January, we'll come back to this zodiac and see how
How it
precise
played
we were,
out.
Where we came.
how it played out. Yeah, that's what kind of
And
said how it
I
played out.
think that Four of Swords in the middle is the general attitude of the people. I think that's what it represents. But I think to me, what came to me is like, take everything one step at a time, take your rest. A lot of information, a lot of things are going to be coming at you. And not everything is going to be, very clear and true.
Yeah, use your discernment, right?
For sure. And, get some rest. Take some rest in between. Get off of the news. Take some time alone sometimes.
Exactly. I agree. So that's January of 2025, ladies. We'll come back and see what we got at the end
Happy
of
New
the
Year,
month.
everybody. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year to
New Year.
everybody, and thank you for watching.
And don't forget to subscribe. We'll
And
see you soon.
don't forget that this is for entertainment purposes only and that we
Right.
will not contact you for anything. So please
Yes.
do
We will
not fall for the
contact
scams
you.
out there right now because they are
Yes.
hard right now.
Directly.
Yeah,
Please. Yeah.
they are. Keep that in mind.
And we wish you all the best for the new year. Let's manifest a great one together. Please take care of yourselves.
Bye, everybody.